Is seeking God every day a result or a goal? What do I mean? Think about this. Do you like going to the movies? Does it generate excitement and enthusiasm to see the premiere of a good movie? Now, let me ask you this. Do you go to the movies because you have enjoyed a good film in the past? Or do you go to the movies in order to enjoy a good film? Don't rush your answer. If you think about it for a moment, you will realize that the correct answer to this question is both. What do I mean? The reason you go to the movies is that at some point in your life, you have had the chance to go to a movie theater and you enjoyed the experience. In other words, the cause or the driving force behind going to see a movie is that you have already had a taste of what it's like to watch a movie. However, on the other hand, you also go to the movies to enjoy the pleasure that movies offer. That is, the goal, the purpose of going to the movies is to experience the pleasure that you once felt. The same happens with God. Seeking God is a result of having enjoyed God. And it's also a means in order to enjoy Him again. As 1 Peter 2 says, like newborn babies, you must crave pure spiritual milk so that you will grow into a full experience of salvation. Cry out for this nourishment now that you have had a taste of the Lord's kindness. Can you see the double dynamic? We desire to seek God, that's our goal, as a result of having tasted His goodness. That's the reason. Why is it so important to discern and consider both realities? Because we all have the inclination to seek God to try to be accepted by Him, to feel good about ourselves, or to prove our worth. You don't agree? How do you feel when you seek God and you don't find Him? When your prayers don't go beyond the ceiling? Or when you read the Bible and get nothing out of it? Do you feel exultant, happy, accepted, loved with the same infinite love that the Father has for His Son? I don't. Many times I feel discouraged, sad, even a failure. Why? Because I have the tendency to approach God to win His love. I don't approach Him as a result of feeling loved by Him. I approach God to give, not to receive. I search for Him in order to fulfill a duty, to feel good about myself, or to appease the guilt that comes from not doing it. It is not natural for me to approach God as a result of a delight that I long to perpetuate. As we saw in the first chapters, Matthew 6:1 reminds us that even when we're seeking God, even practicing spiritual disciplines, even fasting, praying, or giving can be means that I unconsciously use to love myself. Now, it is very important to understand a truth that seems contradictory, but it really isn't. Nobody changes because of spiritual disciplines, but nobody changes without making regular use of them. What do I mean? Imagine you want to get a tan. Can you change the color of your own skin? No. However, is there something you can do to make it change? Of course there is. You can expose yourself to the sun. The same thing happens with God. You cannot change what you love, but you can expose your heart to the one who can do it. You can pray, read the Bible, fast, practice silence, and use all these means of communion that God has given you to recover, renew, and increase your appreciation of Him. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This verse teaches two things. First, that my most important duty is to protect my heart from anything that can extinguish my appetite for God. And also, it is my duty to expose my heart to everything that can increase my hunger for Him. How do I ruin my appetite for God? By maintaining habits that distance me from Him. For example, watching TV is not inherently bad. But if I stay up late every night watching TV, I will end up creating an unhealthy habit that will make it very difficult for me to get up early the next morning to seek God. On the other hand, how do I increase my hunger for God? Simple. By developing habits that bring me closer to Him. To paraphrase a well-known saying, tell me what you read, that is, tell me what you expose yourself to, and I will tell you who you are. As John Piper wrote, the fight to find time to read is a fight for one's life. No, your habits cannot change you, but they do expose you to the one who has the power to do so. It is your choice.